Welcome, Nicey. Larry from Liverpool. Welcome, Larry. Deborah Soresh, currently a physiotherapy assistant. Abiodun from Southampton, MSc Engineering Management graduate. Charity joining from Nigeria. Mimi, a PM artist in London. Welcome, Emmanuel from Leeds, a support worker. Gregory, stay in Retford, currently working as a carer. Olushola from Glasgow, logistics dispatcher / customer service advisor. Mary from Southampton, support worker. Olasumbo, support worker from Liverpool. Oladimeji, Leicester, support worker. Right, so I think we currently have quite a number of people in the session, and I'm sure I've not read out as much introduction. So please, let's try to introduce ourselves. We've got 2 minutes, so we usually take the first 2 minutes of the session for the intros to get to know each other. We're also supposed to try as much as possible to get to know each other, network, so that we can tailor whatever the examples we are going to be given to be more relatable, right? So let's drop our intros in the chat box, our names, the city we are joining from, and what we do currently. Right, so we've got Oladimeji from Leicester. Okay, so I think that's where we stopped. Right, so we've got 1 more minute, right, for us to introduce ourselves. Why are you here today? Are you looking to transition to tech? We're going to be doing our interactions in the chat box, right, to keep things organized. Okay, Emmanuel says he wants to transition to tech. Thank you, Emmanuel, for breaking the ice. Charity says she wants to transition to tech. TK says, I want to add tech skills to my current role. Beautiful. Right. And then Abiodun says, my experience and studies overlap with some of the programs you have, e.g. the project management and business analytics. Beautiful. Right. So I'm looking to learn about the career prospects for a tech newbie with the hopes of transitioning into tech. Fantastic. Dimeji also wants to transition to tech. Right, so Lisa wants to improve her knowledge in a registered bootcamp and be able to secure a role, a position. Please let's mute ourselves for decade. Josh, please mute yourself. Right, so Oluwafemi wants to transition to tech. He's just started a data science BSc at the university. Olasumbo wants to transition to tech. Shola Jacob wants to add tech skills to our current skill set. What I love about everybody, we all have something in common. We are craving knowledge, and guess what? Knowledge is power, especially when applied correctly, right? So we are all craving knowledge. We are all craving continuous development, personal development. We all want to learn, because guess what? That is what is required in this market. And it's not even about what you learn in our boot camps. It's not about what you learn today. It's not about what you learn tomorrow. It's about having that mindset, of craving knowledge. Because guess what? More technologies, more things are going to be disrupting the markets. And as this happens, the only people who would survive are those who are agile in mind, or agile in their thinking, right? And those who are agile in their doings as well, and those who are adaptable, flexible, who are seeking knowledge, who can change as things are changing as well. And that is what we are all about, right? You need to have that mindset to crave knowledge, to learn, to acquire new skill sets. Beautiful. Right, so I think I have more responses, and they're all tailored to transition into tech as well. So let's get right into it. So like I said, I already said what today is all about, right? Is the Tech Career Summit. So who are we? Right, we are RKY Careers, right? We are a multi-award winning UK-based company that help, professionals, right, underrepresented communities, international students, right, in the UK and even outside of the UK to acquire in-demand skills and position themselves for global opportunities, right? So we do this through our boot camps, right, ranging from, we'll mention them in details later, and our services as well. One thing that makes us stand out in the market is that our boot camps are practical experience focused. And what that means is that you not only get to learn about transitioning to a new career path at RKY Careers, or you not only get to learn, you also get to apply what you have learned immediately, on a real life projects, right? And that is what makes us have a lot of success stories that we have today. We have over 1,500 success stories, right, of our students who have gone straight from our boot camps into being hired, right? And our services and boot camps are offered remotely. So regardless of where you are, you can actually be a part of the boot camp. We understand, underrepresented communities, and international students' challenges, because I mean we can relate, we understand it, and that's why everything we do at RKY Careers is specially designed to make you actually, well positioned in the markets. We have also commanded a lot of awards. You can see from 2022, top 25 changing the face of education, best professional services solution company of the year, career support organization of the year, best edtech and career coaching company of the year in 2024, diversity and inclusion innovation award 2024, outstanding coach and mentor 2024, global recognition award and innovative entrepreneur of the year 2024. We are also accredited, right? So we are CPD UK accredited. We are also accredited by ACTD USA, and we are also listed on the UK government website as a registered training provider. So what this means for you is that we're not just, because I'm sure that for us to be here, you must have seen something, must have brought you here, right? And as you are seeing RKY Careers in whatever brought you here, you are seeing something similar in a lot of places as well, right? But you are here today, and I'm happy to tell you that at RKY Careers, we are committed to what we do. We went through assessments and endorsements before we started training. We didn't just branch into it because we think we can or because we just need some extra cash, right? We are a properly registered and accredited company, right? And our success stories has been evidence of this as well, right? So this is a little bit about the founder and CEO, who is myself. I'm Rukayat. I'm also a multi-award winning entrepreneur and founder, right? And you can see I'm also a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. So I'm not just a career coach, I'm also a business coach, right? So, and I'm also a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. RKY Careers also have a couple of sister companies as well. And I'm very passionate about diversity and inclusion, right? And yeah, basically all our initiatives are all focused at, supporting the immigrant community. We also have an immigrant founders network. This is tailored to support immigrants who want to go into business as well in the UK. Right. So our trainings and services. So how do we help people? We say we support. A lot of people support, but how do we do it at RKY Careers? We do it through our bootcamps, data analysis and business intelligence, project management and business analysis, digital marketing, compliance, KYC and AML, Scrum Master, product manager and product owner, and through our standalone services as well, CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, professional portfolio, full career rebrand, and yeah. So we do this, we don't just do these trainings, we do it excellently well, and we do it right with our students at the heart of everything we do. Right. So how do we leverage tech in the current job market? So what does tech mean to you? I told you it was going to be interactive. Right. So what does tech mean to you? When you hear tech, transition to tech, like tech, I'm sure you guys are even tired. Like, hey, you push should leave us. So like, what's tech? Everybody's saying tech. What do you think it means when they say transition to tech? As easy as you can put it. Like I said, for those just joining, we're going to be interacting a lot in the chat box. This is to keep it really organized and so that we can cover everything we are meant to cover today as well. Right. So what does tech mean to you? Let's Precious, please turn off your camera.
Is this still turned on?
Yes, it is.
I've been trying to do that, please. Okay. Better now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I love the responses I've seen so far. So TK says, for me, it's simply transition into the now. So what does now mean? Boluwatife says, tech to me means the ability to be able to write codes. Okay, don't worry, we're going to shed more light on that. Right, so who's going to share what tech means to them? Someone says tech is for decade. Josh says, I feel like tech is like a bridge that brings a lot of things together. I love that as well. Jamin says digital way of doing things at work. I love that as well. Deborah says, I think tech is very wide. It's a very wild world on its own with so many different opportunities. Wow, love that. And then TK says again, moving into where it's currently going to. You mean where the world is currently going to, right? Right, so I assume that, but yeah, I love the responses so far. I love the responses. It means that we are following. Right. Ayobami says tech is leveraging innovation and making businesses and personal lives better. I can't agree, less. Tech is simply the word technology, new and improved ways of doing things. You're all right. You're all right. And really, Taufik, please mute yourself. Thank you very much. You are all perfectly right. Right. It's the future, basically. I agree with you. Tech isn't just one thing. It isn't just coding. It's not even programming, right? Tech is a lot of things. Right. So tech is a lot of things. And tech is just a lot of you have said, innovation, because tech can't even be capped, right? It can't be capped under a particular category of roles or it's a mindset, right? Is leveraging innovation, adapting to innovation and all that. And what we know and what we are sure about is that companies who leverage tech, right, are bound to be more successful than their counterparts. You know why? Because tech gives us the ability to do more, right? To do more, to be more effective, to be more productive, rather than using manual. Gone are the days where they'll put a lot of men on the field to farm, right? Now there are machines that are doing it. That's an area of tech. There are machines that are doing it. There are tractors. There's so many things doing it. So tech is really big, to be honest. Right. But why transition to tech? Right. It offers wide range of career growth and opportunities. The industry is rapidly expanding. There are roles that are existing today that last year were not existing, right? I'll give you an example that we can all relate to it. For instance, we have the AI prompt engineer roles, right? Before the invent of ChatGPT, we didn't used to have, or generative AI, right? We didn't used to have a lot of all these rules. But guess what? Right now, it's very important, to have somebody on your team who can prompt and get the desired results properly for those companies that are AI focused as well. Right. So why should you consider either transitioning to tech or acquiring tech related skills? Right. The first one will be the blooming demand. There's a blooming demand, for tech skills, for tech roles. And this is because a lot of companies, not even because of, if you look at even the way the economy is all over the world, the economy isn't really in the booming stage as we would love it to be, right? And as a result of this, companies are looking for other ways to be more productive, to be more efficient, to save costs, right? And the only way to save costs to increase revenue, right? If a company wants to be, or if a business or an organization wants to be profitable, there are two things to do. Is either you increase revenue or you reduce cost, or you do both, right? And to do this, you need efficiency, you need productivity, you need to leverage systems. You need to leverage processes. Who are the people who would do this? These are people that have tech skills. These are tech professionals. Right. So there's a blooming demand for it. for tech skills and tech roles, across industries, across countries. And guess what? You would also see this in the way a lot of countries now are starting this digital nomad visas, creating special visas to attract the tech talents, into their country. Because guess what this would be? This will bring innovation along. This tech professionals will bring innovation along with them. They would also bring economic growth, right, for the countries. Right. So it's no surprise. And that is to let us know that, there's actually demand, for tech professionals and tech skills. Also diverse fields. The tech, is a wide range of roles. Gone are the days when tech used to be just programming or software engineering or coding or, Python or something. Now tech is, I mean, I know a lot of tech professionals that can't even code, to save their lives. But they're all earning these high salaries. They're all, moving things forward. They're being innovative. They're driving innovation. They're driving change. Competitive salaries as well. At the moment, right, we know that just from the simple example I gave, a business that is in a local city whose services can actually be used by a wide range of people, or that, if you're in, say, let me use another example because I think I'm fond of using a particular city, but say you are in, I don't know, I'm looking, you guys should give me one city, a small city, a remote city to use, so it's not me this time. Right, so if you're in a
Very
city,
sweet.
sorry?
Very sweet. Is
I'm
in
very sweet.
Wales. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. I'd have even said Wales as a Joseph. Thank you for that. So, but yeah, the Abbas city, right? And there's a founder or a company there that has a service. So there's a difference between the service that can only be used locally, but you're now offering a service that can be used, globally. Even people abroad can tap into it if they need that service. But you're leveraging flyers. You're leveraging word of mouth, leveraging one-to-one adverts and reach to market your services. And then you have another, in fact, let's put the Wales person in the digital space, and then I'll put somebody in London, right, doing one-to-one, compared to somebody in Wales using digital marketing, using technology, that has project managers on their team, have business analysts on their team, looking for a way to improve processes, looking to to buy systems or build systems that would help them to reach a wider audience. Who would be making more profits, and who would be able to pay more salaries? Who would be able to employ more staff, right? Who will be able to employ more staff? Who will be able to pay more salaries? Who can tell? Is it the ABBA company that is leveraging tech, or the London company or founder
The London company.
the
The
London
London
company that is doing
company. Yeah.
one-to-one and flyer?
Yes.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think you're right. I'm not, maybe you didn't get it.
Really?
I mixed. The London company, even though they're in London, they call London the business hub, right? However, London company choose to use flyers face to face, while a company in as remote as that your ABBA decided to use tech. Who would be the person that will have staff all over the world, or have staff across cities, and who will be the person that can't even afford to even pay London salaries? It will be the ABBA company that will
The
be doing
Harvard
it,
Yeah.
because
company.
they're
Yeah.
leveraging
The
tech.
Harbour company. Yes. Yeah.
Because they're
The Harbour
leveraging tech. So
company.
this is where location isn't even a criteria anymore. Why? Because even though they're in a remote city, they've been able to, you know, position themselves strategically by leveraging tech. And guess what? This is the same. This company would need a business analyst, a project manager, because they are doing things innovatively. Whereas the person that is doing one-to-one, the person will just be looking for sales staff, and the person will have more people in the field, right? But they'll just be looking for people that they'll be paying commission to, to go and bring customers. So these are just two different business models, right? And this is just to let you guys see that companies that also leverage tech are also more profitable. They also generate more revenue. And so because of that, they can also pay competitive salaries. There are no geographical boundaries. Thank you, Henry, for that as well. Right. So companies that leverage tech and employ tech professionals are always able to, pay more salaries. And that's to show that, you are the value. You are bringing value to the table. And as a result of the value you are bringing to the table, they're able to earn more, they're able to pay more. So there's competitive salaries in tech, right? We've had our students, yesterday night we had the alumni webinar, and we had somebody also sharing how she finished the data analysis boot camp. Her first role was a 350 per day role. That's averaging like about 90,000 pounds, annually. After that, she got a role, with another regulator, a permanent role as a senior management intelligence analyst and all that, right? So that's to show that, that's to show that there's a lot of opportunities, right, in tech and with tech skills, innovation and creativity. There's no need to repeat this. We have all said it, right? That tech comes with innovation or innovation comes with tech. Either ways. Flexibility and remote work. A lot of us, if you're like me, you would want a job, right? That you won't have to be chasing after buses every morning in this very cold weather. You'd rather be able to work in the comfort of your home, right? And be able to also do a lot of other things, like take care of your family, have a balanced life and all that. So tech is one of those roles that gives that possibility. If you're working in the health and care industry, for instance, especially if you have one-to-one with patients or clients, right, you won't be able to have that opportunity. This is not to say that everybody should move to tech, because who will take care of us, right? So what I'm trying to say is that there are some roles that give you the opportunity to work remotely, and there are some roles that won't give you that opportunity. So if you are one of those who are craving flexibility, remote work and all that, I'll say you should consider a career in tech. Global opportunities as well. Global opportunities, right? So there are lots of opportunities in tech, across countries. I know a couple of people who are global talents, not only in the UK. I know someone who is a global talent in the UK, in the US, and Australia. And this, the person did through the tech route. So it's the same criteria, the skill sets. That's the gold. Have the skill set and then build upon it. Right. So continuous learning and development as well. The opportunity is always there. There's always something new to learn. You can't, like I said, it's a mindset thing. Excuse me. And then for those of us who, right, are international students, of course, based on everything we've said and based on the minimum requirements that we all know that you need to earn before you are sponsored, definitely it has to be a company that is leveraging tech that can afford to pay you that, right? And definitely, right, tech is one of the places where you need to position yourself to be able to get the sponsorship as well. So visa sponsorship, global talent visa, digital nomad visas, these are part of the benefits that you can get in tech. Right. So it's not only, right, just an education you're getting, you're investing to secure yourself, to make yourself future proof, really, when you acquire skill sets in tech. I love the fact that we are very interactive. I love the fact that we've also gone from 20, now we're 90. Let's see whether we can get this to 150 or 200. Right. So let's go, guys. Right. Getting a job with the NHS. But before we get to NHS, what industry would you like to work? For your next role, what industry would you like to work? Is it tech? If it's NHS, just say NHS, because if you say health and care, I'll be confused, because health and care is, if it's NHS, is it tech industry, is it finance? What industry are you looking to get your next role in? Beautiful. So I love the speed of the answers. I love the way it's dropping. Thank you, guys. Right, so Iluobe says NHS, Precious says tech, Abiodun says manufacturing, ABS says logistics, Olasumbo said tech, Lisa tech, Fodeke says food, Favor says consulting, tech, finance, AML, tech, NHS, civil service, data analysis. Beautiful. This is just to be sure that the next slide is necessary, so that we can quickly skip it and save time. So talking about NHS, right? I know a lot of people that are even already within the NHS. They're on a band 3 role, a band 4 role. I don't know if there's anybody here that was in our yesterday night session where one of our alumni was sharing a success story of getting a band 7 role in the NHS, right? These roles, this band 7, band 8, they are not out of reach. There are roles that you can get as well. There are roles that you can get as well. If you're one of those who are passionate about giving back in the health and care industry, but don't want to do the HCA, and everything. Even in fact, I think yesterday we had 2 nurse practitioners, right, who are in our boot camps. We had We've had also a lot of nurses in the UK as well who have enrolled for our bootcamp and are now business analysts, project managers, product managers out there. So if this is something that you are considering, you want to work in NHS, but you don't want to do healthcare assistance, right? Yeah, I would say that, the NHS is one of the places you can still work. Okay, so if you work weekends and you want to join the bootcamp, this is to Clinton that is asking questions and wants to get back to work. We have an LMS, which is our learning management system, which will give you. So in our bootcamps, you get two kind of experience. You get the life experience and you also get self-paced experience. So all classes are recorded and uploaded to the LMS for you to catch up on, where you will sit down and watch. And for some of our classes, it depends on the one you are joining. We also have drop-in sessions where you can come in to ask questions. We also have communities. If you are watching the recording and you have questions, you can always drop it in the chat and then somebody will respond to you. So I hope that answers your question. All the classes are recorded and they are all organized and put within the LMS for you to catch up on within 48 hours after class. I hope that answers your question, but if it doesn't, you can always send us a DM or a chat, right, via our WhatsApp numbers. You can send us a DM on Instagram as well, and we'll be able to answer you further on that. So even if you can't make it to all of the classes, you can always catch up. And our classes are evenings, right? So it's adult friendly, or I don't know, whatever the case may be for you. Right, so let's go back to NHS. Let's go back to the NHS. So I hope I've answered the question now, though. Right, so they've sent you WhatsApp numbers to chat with. They're all active. We've got about 4 or 5 consultants actively in this session and happy to take your questions. So you can click on that link and chat with any of them as well. Right, so talking about the NHS. So there are so many roles you can explore in the NHS, starting from the admin related roles, right, to the HR related roles, to project manager roles, business analyst role. And one of the things I've found that have helped a lot of people to integrate into career paths or roles or industries where they've been struggling. So for instance, we've had a lot of HR professionals trying to get HR roles, right, and then they're not getting the job. But the moment they add data analysis to that or project manager to that, in terms of skill set and everything, and then they try to apply, right, then they're now able to get the job. And that's to say that continuous development, having extra to bring to the table, is now really important. I don't know how many of you are in the job market, but I'm sure you guys can relate to the fact that the job market is really competitive now, and it's about what more can you bring to the table. One of our alumni was talking to me during the week. She said it's now so distant in the job market that she had an interview and it wasn't even just like business as usual. She said the first thing they asked her was, what are you bringing to the table? What more beyond just being a finance analyst are you bringing to the table? What are our competitors doing? What are the trends? What should we be doing right now? What sort of business should we get into? That is how it is right now in the job market. So there are also very great opportunities to get jobs. And for those of you who are looking to get sponsorship, if you look at a lot of our success stories, a lot of our students, have finished our boot camps and gotten all these non-clinical roles as well with the NHS. We know the strategies, we know the way. We have a lot of alumni there who also come back to teach our students, the existing students, how they did it and what they can do to do it as well. So this is the right and the best community to be if you're looking to also get, into the NHS under non-clinical roles. Okay, so for those of you as well who might be interested to know more about the Global Talent Visa, please let's mute ourselves. Right. For those of you that have heard about the technician route or the tech route to Global Talent Visa, as you can see on the screen, we have the technical side and we have the business side, right? For those, Global Talent is also one of the routes that you can use, right, to get settlements in the UK. I know we have a lot of people here who are new in the UK. Probably they are currently studying and they are trying to find how they can settle in the long run, right? Global Talent is something you can also explore as well. And there's something I want to show you. I don't know if you can see this my screen, the left hand side of it, and I will tell you to do it on your own as well. Go to your LinkedIn, type UK Global Talent. And one of the things I love about UK, Global Talent beneficiaries is that they're loud. They don't keep quiet about it. So it's always on their profile. So you just go to to LinkedIn and type UK Global Talents and then change to people, not posts or whatever. Change this filter you're seeing here to people. And then I'll scroll. What are the roles these people? That's out, because if you don't do your own research, you will not know how to position yourself. Then now start searching. What are their roles? Even by looking at their profile, you might actually be able to have an idea of how they position themselves for it. Although it's not, you can't actually conclude on just glancing. But if you look at all these people, you will see from right people and culture manager. By the way, it might not have been just the culture manager the person used. The person might also be a founder of an initiative. Everything will be on their LinkedIn, because guess what? Before they even apply, they need to update their LinkedIn, and their profile needs to be worthy to apply before they apply. So you see product manager, UK global talents, all things product and security, civic tech innovation, social development, program management, stakeholder management. There's another person, digital and growth marketing, project manager, ed tech and co. There's another one, TikTok ads, Meta certified, Google ads, performance marketing. So that's like a marketing side, product management, we've heard that one. Then we also have blockchain engineer, blockchain developer, creative backend developer. Right, that's obviously development. We've got product manager, product owner, fintech, core banking. Then we've got analytics, essential. I mean, what are we trying to do here? And I'll say you should do your own or yourself. You can even put your location or put like general London or United Kingdom. Check the career paths that you will see that most of them have either, are either in tech roles that we're going to talk about today, or have leveraged tech, or are tech founders, using what we're going to talk about today. So let's proceed very quickly. So now, what are the valuable skills for a successful career in tech? For those of you that have now been considering, I want to transition to tech, but I think it's going to be difficult. I can't program, I can't code. Guess what? I think for most of you that will be here today, 50% of what you already need, you already have it in the area of, you already have it through your previous, right? Through your previous experiences and career paths. These are a few of the skill sets you need that you might already have. But guess what? Everything can be learned. And one of the things I love about our bootcamp is that we don't only focus on the technical skills. And that's why we are different from the Coursera's, or some, you enroll for the bootcamp, they'll just send you materials, go and read, But here we invest so much in our students. We are always having sessions. If you go through our page, you see a lot of, flyers of different support sessions, different interview prep, and different webinars that we're always having or bringing guests to come and, educate our students about. So analytical skills is very important, regardless of the role you are going to, right? So you need to be analytical and thinking. You can't just, be sentimental. You need to be able to add one or two together to make, logical decisions. Communication, regardless of the career path you choose or you are in currently, being able to communicate effectively, right, is very important. And this skill set I have here, they are good to have. They are must-haves. And you must also be able to demonstrate it. And that's part of the things in our bootcamp, you learn about it. You practice it during the work experience phase. Then we also teach you how to talk about it at interviews. Because guess what? There's no way you have an interview and you will not get asked. You will not get asked to demonstrate one of all these things I have on my screen, or even more than one. So what am I trying to say? They will test you. Can you tell us where you use communication skills to do this? Or if they don't tell you to tell them, they will tell you to present. That's you using communication skills. They'll tell you to present something, prepare a 10 minutes presentation. You know what they even do now? They won't even tell you the topic. They tell you to choose your topic. Choose something to present on that shows you using analytical skills, or that shows you using business analysis skills or project management skills. They'll just tell you to do your own presentation, freestyle. Let's see how creative it gets. Right. The session is recorded, by the way, and it will be available on our YouTube. So if you're not following us on YouTube, for those of you that might want to leave early, please do so. Our YouTube is RKY Careers. And these and other sessions are recorded and available there. Right, solutions mindset. This is also very important, right? You need to have the solution mindset. You can't be that person, right, that just goes and find issues. It's always good to identify issues, redundancies, risks, or whatever. But as you are going to your manager to talk about it, you need to already have one or two recommendations of solutions in your mind before you go there. Don't just be that person that's always identifying. As we I've identified these issues, and I also think that we can do this and this and this. Your recommendations might not be accepted, but guess what? You have presented your recommendations. Being able to properly escalate when it's the right time, solve issues. Don't just look at things and just, oh, there's an issue and I look the other way. Proper escalation can save you your job, can save you your career instead of looking the other way. This happened. How did you escalate? Did you just tell with mouth? The person you told with mouth might put you under the bus tomorrow. Did you do it the proper way, professional way? You notice this, so you've sent a mail, right? And then investigation as well. I think this does not explain it, right? Adaptability. This is very important to know as well. This is an era where companies want to change. They want to change system processes, the way they do things, and the manner at which they manage situations as well. Right. So you have to be adaptable. You need to be able to accept change. You need to be able to accept change. You need to be able to drive change. You need to have continuous development mindsets. You need to change yourself. You need to be ready to change. Right. So problem solving, you need to be able to solve problems, either by doing variance analysis, reconciliation, root cause, problem solving, impact analysis. What you have under might be, you have the high level, and then you have other different ways that people in different roles would apply these problem solving skills. So if you are a finance professional, right, and they tell you to talk about problem solving, then you want to use variance analysis. If you are like a business analyst, you might want to use another of the things mentioned there. Stakeholder management. This one, everybody needs it though. You need to be able to manage stakeholders. You need to be able to manage relationships. You need to be able to, influence stakeholders, negotiate, manage your team. You need to be able to talk about how you set up one-to-one. If you're going for a managerial role with your colleagues, you need to be able to talk about how you work with and collaborate properly. Process improvements. You see this particular one? Regardless of the role you are going for, you need to be able to talk about how you improve processes, how you got into your role, you identify some redundancies, you made recommendations, you implemented the recommendations and streamlined the processes. Even if you are going for admin role, you will get tested for this. Because nobody wants to employ somebody that will come and leave things the way they met it, or even make things worse. Everybody wants a process improver in their team. Somebody that thinks out of the box, somebody that identifies things that are not going wrong. Because for them to be employing you, there's a gap they've found, right? So they want somebody that will come on board and say, oh, you just think that you're doing, it used to take 5 working days. I'm going to make it 2 working days. This thing you're doing, it used to have a 5-step process. I'm going to make it 3-step processes. This thing, that is a mindset, process improvements. You will see it under streamlining processes, automation, creative thinking, workflow management, and being able to, manage workflow, improve workflows and all that. Then facilitation. Then team collaboration. You need to foster a productive, environment, right, and all that. Right. So this is really very important. These skill sets, no matter how good you are in your particular technical skills, if you don't have any of this, or you can't talk about it, or talk about how you have used these skill sets to improve project outcomes, to improve processes in your role, or to improve things, you might not be getting closer, right, to landing that desired job or keeping the job. Right. So here are a couple of fields, right, that have very good potential in the market. And I think we'll continue to in 2025. We've got data-related roles. Data is going nowhere, guys. Tools might change, but as tools are changing, Excel that I've known as a data analytical skills, there are new ones, but nobody is leaving Excel still. So if you are here, you can't use Excel. It's still on a long thing, as they used to say. So data-related roles, right, are still very much in demand and are still going to be. Business analysis and solution related role. So business analyst, under business analyst, you have solutions analyst, change analyst, and implementation analyst, and many more. Digital marketing, network, and co, as you can see on the screen. These are just a few. The reason why we might not have a lot here is because some of these roles are also there. They are good, but some of them are not easy to transition to. Right. When I say easy, some will take you like a year of still, attending sessions and, learning and learning and learning. But one thing I want to say is that regardless of whether you even want to transition to any of these career paths, on my left, you need to see tech not as see your transitioning to tech journey or learning journey, not as transitioning only, but as must-have skill sets, even if you don't plan to change your career path. Please drop your question in the chat box if you have one. So, why do people struggle when transitioning to tech? First of all, there's a skill gap. There's a skill gap. A lot of people feel I have an idea. Oh, they said project management is like events management. Of course, we will say that when we are talking. When, like, for instance, there's a video up on our Instagram right now, where I was talking about business analysis. To make that video fit into 1 hour 30 seconds, 1 minute. How many minutes does Instagram allow? We had to cut out some part of it. Right, we have to cut out some part of it just to make sure it fits into the particular platform we want to post it. But that does not mean that, based on everything I've said, right, about business analysis now, you have an idea. I think I have an idea, and then you think you want to get into, even if you get a job, because some people get jobs, right, by just interviewing well. Some interviews you get, they don't even ask you anything technical. They'll just check about your cultural, and personal fit for the role. And then they might employ you, but how about keeping the job? How about keeping the job? So skill gap is definitely there. We can't assume knowledge. You need to seek it and be intentional about it. So lack of industry experience as well. You need to gain practical experience, and then the market is very competitive. You need all the support and resources you can get to actually break into tech. And guess what? At RKY Careers, that is how we help you break this career. We help you break these barriers. That's why our bootcamp was specially designed to fit all of this in. From skill gap, where you will learn, to building industry experience, where you get the practical experience in our bootcamps, to helping you stand out in the job market. I don't think there's anywhere, where there's anywhere else that you get as much devotion as you get, at RKY Careers when it comes to, how much we pump, into making sure our students get success. So talking about that, what do we offer? We offer, the skill gap we've said, practical experience-based boot camps, networking events and workshops. We do have a lot of events like the one you are in right now, right? Some of these events are events that you would pay for as well, for some people to communicate exactly the same thing to you. You won't know what you will meet on the other end until you've paid, right? And then after you pay, what do you find? You find that, there's all the information I heard today. I already know them. Networking event. We also have physical events. The last one we had in June, Limitless Without Borders, is the name of our physical events. We brought together a lot of, professionals and experts to demystify a lot of issues around successful careers, as well as running a very good business, sustainable business, even as immigrants or, as a minority in a new space. And we're going to be having another one in 2025. You don't want to miss it. Right, so personalized career branding services. So we help you optimize your CV, LinkedIn, portfolios and all that. So you can also book this as standalone, right? If you already have the skill sets for the career path you're exploring. So immersive learning experience, and we are a community of innovators. We have over 1,500 success stories of people who have explored our bootcamps and then, they've achieved their desired goals and desired roles. We have some of them, as you can see on the screen. I won't be reading out all of this, but you can see, so Bella got business support manager after the PMBA bootcamp, Busola customer insights analyst after data analysis bootcamp, Ife project coordinator after PMBA bootcamp, Boye data analyst with JP Morgan after the PM data analysis bootcamp. Charlotte got data protection and privacy analyst with sponsorship after compliance bootcamp. Linda got AML analyst after compliance bootcamp. Emmanuel got cybersecurity analyst after the data analysis bootcamp, and many more, really. So, before we get right into it, what career path are you looking to explore in 2025, or what skill sets are you looking to add to your current skill set in 2025? Let's give that a very quick go. What career paths are you looking to explore, or what skill sets are you looking to add to your current skill sets in 2025? Beautiful. I love that. Beautiful. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. I only have to data analysis. Just say Josh, data analysis in the food industry, project management and business analysis, digital marketing, AML compliance, project management, data science, project management and business analysis, business and commercial analysis, data analysis and cyber security, product and project management. Okay, PM and BA and co and co. Data governance. I haven't seen digital marketing. Nobody here is interested in digital marketing. Data analysis, PM and BA, data governance management. Do we have anybody here interested in digital marketing? Oh, okay. I think Mary is. Okay, let's go right into it. We're going to start with digital marketing anyways. So, and I really love to talk about this career path. You know why? Because the success of every business, including RKY careers, hinges on digital marketing. You know, that's just to say a little and not say too much. Right. And our digital marketing bootcamp is designed to help you acquire the skill sets as well as the practical work experience you need, right, to succeed in the job market. And guess what? We have some pillars of digital marketing that every digital marketing professional needs to know. So they can either explore this as standalone skill set or roles, or they could do it, they could, be a full stack digital marketer. We have the SEO. SEO, is an organic way of actually creating awareness and making yourself findable, or if I use the word findable, making your services, your products to be searchable, to be seen. We have got SEM, social media marketing, content creation, email marketing, and the analytics side. All of these and more are covered in the bootcamp. You gain practical work experience, you need to stand out. And guess what? Every business needs a digital marketer, or they need the digital marketing skill sets to succeed, just like the ABBA company, right, that is based in a remote city, but is leveraging digital marketing to actually increase the awareness and revenue and everything. Right. And one thing I love about the digital marketing career path is the fact that it not only can help you get visa sponsorship, it can even help you to start your journey to, getting the global talent visa as well. What are the potential career paths you can explore? We've got digital marketing manager, SEO specialist, content marketing manager, social media manager, PPC, e-commerce manager, affiliate marketing manager, web analytics, and these are just a few. And guess what? All companies, all industries need digital marketing professional. For those that don't, they've not realized it. You as a digital marketer, you can market yourself as a digital marketer to help them improve and, so long as you know your onions, right? Right. So, and not only in the UK can you use digital marketing to also get, the global talent visa. You can also use it in the US to get, like the H1B visas and the likes as well. Guess what? What I also love about this skill set is that even if you don't use to get a job, you don't want to pursue a job in it, or you already have a job, having digital marketing skills can help you even start something of your own. You can freelance with this skill set. You can sell the skill set. You can set up your own digital marketing agency. There's no limit to what you can do. I'm in a lot of entrepreneurial groups, right, here in the UK. And one thing I find that is common to all businesses and companies is that they want, they want more revenue. They want more profitability. And they need digital marketing professionals. And there are so many people selling different products, selling different products related to marketing. Oh, we can help you generate leads. Oh, we can help you, So there's a very big room, especially if you know your onions, right? If you learn with RKY careers, right, and you learn everything you need, right, you can be able to position yourself. Talking about visa sponsorship, you can see the code there, 2434. You can see data marketing analyst under there, 2432. You can see marketing development manager, online marketing manager, and co. 7214. There are about 4 codes, right, that you can position yourself for under digital marketing. So yeah, digital marketing is a really good career path. I personally am passionate about it. I can teach digital marketing from start to finish, myself with a lot of passion and everything, because it's not just And data marketing is so, exploring data marketing is way more than social media. A lot of people think, oh, it's social media. I'm a social media manager because of that. I'm a content writer because of that. That's not true. Because you're a content marketer does not mean you're a data marketing professional. You need to be a full stack data marketing professional. That's how you can explore all of the channels, right? If you rely too much on social media, you lose all your pages one day. What happens next? However, if you have social media, you have your email marketing, you have your mail list, you can always forward mails to them, even if you lose your page, right? You have your SEO, meaning that you have a website, right? And on your website, you are trying to do, make yourself putting keywords and all those things that would make people find you without you even paying for ads. If you have that as well, even if you don't have a social media page, or if it happens that you lose the page, people will still continue to make inquiries about your services because they are still finding you on your websites. We have writing for the web, blogs, articles, and all that. To be honest, if you are looking to also start something, data marketing is something you want to explore. These are the tools you learn in our bootcamp. You learn Canva, SEMrush, Ubersuggest, Google Analytics, Google Ads, social media, and every other thing, and then MailChimp, and as well, and other email marketing tools. Based on everything I've said, the value of the course is supposed to be, based on everything you can see here, because you get the course, you get the practical work experience. Currently, our first cohort for digital marketing bootcamp, right, they are currently taking the product to market, which is also exposing them to product marketing as well as go-to-market marketing, right, which is also very much in demand out there, right? And they get that, they get the experience, they also get CV done for them at the end. They get their LinkedIn optimized for them at the end, for the experience and the product they are working on. They get work reference because they're actually working on a volunteer basis, right? They get work experience, they get certificate of completion recognized in the UK, in the US, right? And globally as well. They get interview prep support, which, is ours is very outstanding because it's continuous, right? And they get access to the alumni community. There's so many sessions. Like now, we still had one yesterday. There are some bonus courses as well that you get access to as alumni. We get into it as time goes on. So ordinarily, based on everything I've said, and if you look at current market rates, for even companies that are not doing as much as we are doing, they're charging way more than 1,500 for this. But RKY Careers discount amount for this course is £599. However, because we happen to be in the Black Friday weekend, right? You can secure your slots with as low as $499. And when I say secure your slot, not that you paid the $499 today. We are currently, for this weekend, the price is down to $499 if you use the discount code Black Friday. However, you can still also pay in installments. So this $499, you don't even need to pay any deposit if you want to secure your slots. If you use all this Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal in 3, that's no interest, 3 installments. Oluwadurotimi, please mute yourself, and then pay later. So if you are one of those who want to explore digital marketing as a career path or as a must-have skill set, head on straight to www.rkycareers.com/courses/pay and use the discount code before it expires. When we move to January, even we are not going to be able to offer our courses for £599 again. Why? Because we pay VAT. £599 of this amount, 20% of whatever amount you pay. For instance, 20% of this £499 goes straight to the government. So now you calculate every other cost we need to pay, marketing and all that. So we won't be able to offer our courses at this rate anymore. So you want to tap into this, to enjoy this discount for our January quotes. So you guys, please drop the I think they've dropped the coupon code. I think you need to put space in between the Black Friday. There has to be space in between, if not they'll be getting error messages. Right. So please secure your slot for digital marketing at $499. Use Klarna, ClearPay, Pay Later, PayPal in 3 to get installments. If you are joining us from Nigeria, we've got special rates for those that are joining from Nigeria, because we know you can't just convert even $499 to Naira. Is going to be a massive amount. So send a message to the numbers on the chat box, and then they'll tell you what the Nigerian rates is. So at the moment, I'm going to invite Grace, who is currently in our 1.0 data marketing course, to share a journey, so far in the bootcamp. Grace, if you are there, please come on board very fast. 5 minutes, please. We'll be happy to hear from you.
Hi, Rookie. Hi, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, everyone. So excited to be here. Good afternoon. So my name is Grace Ogudira, and let me just brush because I have short time. Just as Rookie mentioned earlier, that she said knowledge is power. I've always had that in mind that every year, at least just one course. Let me just say enroll for one course. So my goal for this year was to enroll in at least just one before December. And fortunately, even with the joys and the challenges of motherhood knocking on my door, I still made it a priority to register for digital marketing bootcamp. And here we are today. So joining this program has been one of my best decisions I've made this year. Like, I'm very excited, and I'm really, really excited to share my experience with RKY today. Firstly, the live classes. The live classes have been an absolute highlight for me. It's very interactive, very engaging, and it makes learning very, very sweet. Let me just use the word sweet. Very, very sweet. And one of the great features is the live classes are recorded, which is very important. So even if you miss a session, you don't need to worry that you can always catch up watching the recordings at your convenience. RKY made that very, very flexible, so you are not left behind. Secondly, let me say it's going to be the hands-on experience on live projects. My team and I, we've been working on live projects. So we've been working on content marketing, we've been working on blog posts, we've been working on marketing strategies for UK Africa Vedos Finder because it's our live project. And this project have equipped me with practical skills because it's a live project. You have to implement everything you learn and real world insights. Sorry, I have cold. Thirdly, oh my God, my facilitator. I don't know if I'm allowed to call his name, but it's very amazing. In fact, it's very accommodating, very approachable, it's very interactive, and it breaks if you have a difficulty in a topic, it doesn't mind going back to that topic 100 times. It breaks down every complex topic to something that you understand. Is very, very nice. And he genuinely cares about us because during this week we had a group meeting, and he joined us, and he was still giving us enough ginger that you can do it, you can do it. And also, additionally, my team members, the teamwork and collaboration with my colleagues have been very, very incredible. I've learned so much from my team members. And you see the networking that Ruki mentioned earlier, it's very, very important. In fact, the relationship I have with my peers right now is already looking like a bright future from my view. And let me just say what I love about RKY is that they deliver on every promise they make. I remember they emphasized on we'll be working on hands-on projects from the start, and they've exceeded my expectation in every way. Just a few weeks I've gained knowledge, practical experience, analytical experience, confidence, and also have a supportive community of like-minded professionals. Right now, my 2025 goal is to work fully remotely, and I'm working towards that. I'm also working towards the global talent visa, like she mentioned earlier. RKO has been fantastic. Has been a very fantastic journey for me, and I'm super grateful to be part of this. Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hope I didn't use my
Thank
5 minutes.
you. I mean, you've done really well. Thank you. Well done on the time management as well. And you managed to touch on everything that, you've experienced. So just like she has said, thank you so much for also this opportunity. By the way, what she's just done now is like, an opportunity as well that we, give our students access to ability to speak. You want to apply for global talents, for instance, you need to be able to speak at events, you need to be able to show evidences you speak, and at RKY Careers, we hold nothing back. We give our students opportunity to put themselves out there, present, because when you get this job, they will tell you to present. If you have not presented before, there's good likelihood that, you might be taken aback, and all that. Right. Right. So beautiful. Thanks for that, Grace. Thank you so much. Do you want to say something? You have your hand up.
Yes, I also want to mention that if you are in Nigeria, it's not a barrier. It's not obstacles to say you don't want to register, because right now I'm in Nigeria, so you can register if you are in Nigeria. Because I know a lot of people have said UK, because I had that thing in my mind before, like everybody's UK, but I'm in Nigeria, or Lagos to be precise, and I registered and I'm happy. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So location is not a barrier, right? You can be anywhere and you can be a part of our boot camp. Guess what? Not only even people that are seeking in this current cohort they are in, we have about 3 or 4 business owners there as well, right? Who are also taking this boot camp for their businesses, right? And guess what? One of the business owners there recently lost. Luckily, we worked with these clients to build a website for their brand. It's an e-commerce brand. We've presented this in our product demo before, because we also do projects as well, right? So this particular client lost all of social media page, right? And for an e-commerce business that was found 100% remote, this could be like the end of business for them. Just like we described earlier, like if you're relying on one-to-one versus, but guess what? Thank God that, they have a website, and they've been in this boot camp as well. They're learning email marketing. They've set up a MailChimp for themselves. They've managed to start doing some, mail. They've downloaded their mail list from their payment checkout system. They've actually started applying what they learned, and lo and behold, they lost their Instagram page, which is what I say that this is very possible in real life. But guess what saved them? What saved them is the fact that they are already leveraging a full digital marketing. They're leveraging the full marketing pillars or whatever, so they are using email marketing. They're also they've learned SEO now. They want to start applying SEO to the websites that they have. And this is what you can do for yourself. Right now, they just launched, they had a Black Friday, and guess what? The fact that they lost their accounts didn't stop them from making massive sales that they would make in 6 months in just a day. Right. So this can be you as well. This is the power of digital marketing. Now tell me, won't this particular company or business be able to employ more people? And that is what we say about people who leverage tech versus people who don't, right? So even in your personal life, you need to leverage tech, right? So I think I would just stop there and just read a couple of comment sections. So thank you so much, Grace, again. You heard her talk about the community. You heard her talk about the practical work experience. By the way, they are working on a very innovative tech product. And I know that this might also, this might be beneficial to some of you here. So they are working on a product that was also built by, some of our students in the project-related course as well. Where is a UK African vendor finder tool that helps you to find. So if you're one of those who want to shop, African, you want to support Black businesses, support African businesses, even here in the UK, you can do that on that platform. So the goal is to bring African vendors and bring them to their potential customers, right? So what they are doing is taking that product to market. So if you're ever interested in that, you can search for the UK African vendor either on LinkedIn or Instagram, or you go to the website to sign up your business and list your business. It's free listing. You don't need to pay to be listed. And that's what they are working on. Right. So thanks for that. Anyways. So, and is the classes virtual or physical for those in the UK? All classes are virtual. I'm currently a student. I want to know when that part of the training is coming up. So the training is 13 weeks. First 6 weeks for training, and then the rest 6 to 7 weeks for the project. How do I take advantage of the Black Friday offer? Use the Black Friday code. RKY admins, can you attend to the messages in the chat box very quickly, please? Right, so can I easily get global talent through this digital marketing course? The digital marketing course can put you in the career path, for global talents, but that is not the only thing you need to get global talents. However, you can't say I want to start journey into global talents and you are an admin or a customer service person that is not even qualified for it. But first start by transitioning to that career path and then start working towards gathering up, living in your evidence, creating your evidences from your activities, right? And then you are very much good to go. So I try to subscribe using Klarna. I can see 199 to be paid 3 times. The 199 to be paid 3 times is static. It's not going to change regardless of the discount code applied. That is a description, not an addition of your amount. It's a fixed description. So what you should focus on is the total amount. What does total show? If total shows 499, please go ahead to pay. So currently on a healthcare sponsorship, I'm looking to switch sponsorship, which is the switch possible under the tech rules? Yes, very possible. Right. So Grace mentioned the products they are taking to markets, UK African vendor. I hear data analysis currently saturated. How do we navigate this? We'll get to that when we get to data analysis. But one thing I would say is that no career paths, all career paths are currently saturated. And when I say that, I mean that the number of people that are trying to get jobs, regardless of the career paths, are more than the jobs. So it's about how you differentiate yourself in the market right now. Right, so let's proceed. Right, so now we're going to talk about project management and business analysis bootcamp, right? So this is also a 4-month program. For those of you that said PMBA, now is your turn. Let's focus. Right. Let's focus. Yeah, so 4 weeks, the first 7 weeks to be classes, and then after that, we move on to the project phase. We build innovative products here at RKY Careers, and we'll build it. Our students are the ones who build it, right? And some of them are clients projects, some of them are internal projects, but they are all projects that start from, from the ideation down to the completion stage, right? At RKY Careers, you will learn a lot of innovative tools. In fact, the tools you learn is not always, it doesn't end with your bootcamp. From time to time, we also bring bonus courses to top up whatever it is we've learned at no extra cost to our students. Isn't this wonderful? Right. So that is what the community, the alumni community gives to you as well. So you learn the tools you can see on the screen. You also learn methodologies like the Scrum, Agile, Prince2, Waterfall. In fact, our curriculum is a blend of the Prince2 as well as PMP. So for those of you who want to have an idea of PMP and Prince2, or those of you who want to learn about Prince2 the UK way, you also practice the tool during the project phase. Guess what? It doesn't even end only on the technical part of things, right? You would also build on other soft skills like emotional intelligence, team management, stakeholder management, collaborative learning, and many more. Henry, please, you can direct your questions to the group you are in. So if you're already a student, I think your questions should be in the group you are in for your classes, so that they can give, because they are telling you that the next cohort is January 18th, but it seems like you're already in the class. So drop your questions in your class, except you are paid actually for January. If you've paid for January, that's fine then. Right. So you would also build on soft skills. Who can take this course? Recent graduates looking to gain experience, professionals looking to switch or add project management or business analysis skill sets to their current skill set, degree holders seeking practical experience. So if you're one of those that have just graduated, you want practical UK experience, this is the, our boot camps, not just this course, is the best for you to explore. Aspiring project managers, anybody want to position themselves for visa sponsorship, anybody want to enhance their career prospects and earning potentials, professionals and entrepreneurs, consultants who want to enhance their project management capabilities, potential career paths in project management. You can see on the left hand side, I have a lot of project management roles you can explore. On the right hand side as well, I have a lot of business analysis role you can explore, and you can see how much they command. Even if your first role does not command this much, you know that you are in a career path and a trajectory for higher roles in the nearest future or in your next role. Eligibility for visa sponsorship. There's a lot of projects going on, and because of this, companies are actually looking for projects, managers and business analysts. You can see on the left hand side the codes. This is like so long. For PM, we have construction project managers, engineering project managers and project engineers, IT project managers, business and financial project management professionals, project support officers, IT user support technicians. Then you can see business support analysts, advertising, project managers, and co. Right, so you can see there's a wide range. So depending on the background you have, and that's one thing that we also do. So regardless of how they say career path is saturated, companies want more. They want more. What does that mean? You are coming from somewhere. And guess what? As immigrants, especially for those of us that are new in the UK and all that, you are unique. You have an advantage. Yes, it might look like a lot of things don't work in your favor. That's fine. But look at the things that are your favor, your advantage. Your advantage is that majority of us are professionals from back home. So if you look at us versus, the people, when we say transition to tech, it's not only this career path you're transitioning into, you're leveraging, you're also leveraging your previous experience. So look at a combination of that. That is what makes you unique. So if you're a cybersecurity person, for instance, before, and you're learning project management or BA, add that together, you'll rarely find somebody that is local that would have all of these skill sets in one. Of course, we're not saying list all these skill sets in your CV, because guess what? Their CV still needs to be picked first by ATS. So when you get the opportunity to express yourself at interviews, then you go on, right? You go on to show that you are like a master of a lot of skill sets, because that's what companies want. Right. So business analysis as well, you can see a lot of roles on the right hand side, that also qualifies you for visa sponsorship. So if you're looking to get sponsorship, there are so many roles you can explore within the PM or BA space, for this. Right. So what do you get in the PMBA training? You get 7 weeks of live expert-led classes, projects experience, 2 months on projects. You acquire the skill sets, you have access to our LMS, you get UK work reference for the projects you build, you get a globally recognized certificates, you get interview prep. So for those, I think earlier in the year we started, I think at the beginning of this year, right, we started having weekly interview prep sessions. This is not done anywhere else, right? Where you are done, your money is expired, but you can still come in, right, to get weekly support, right? I think this is like a big deal, really. Right. So this course is also currently discounted for $5.99, but because we are on Black Friday weekend, tap into it, secure your slots for January for $4.99. We're not going to remain at this rate for 2025 for obvious reasons, and you can also use Klarna and the likes. Right. So I'm going to welcome Emmanuel, who was a part of the PMBA bootcamp earlier. Right, so he used to be a student at the 3.0 cohort, and he is now a business analyst at the NHS. Emmanuel, if you're here, thanks for accepting to speak at this session. Please mute yourself and take the stage.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Rookie. So actually, I wanted to talk about quite a lot of things, because RKY has been amazing through the journey. I think it's been close to a year. I've been more than a year. I think just over a year I've been with RKY, working with them through the journey, and it's been amazing. Just as I said, I was part of the core 3.0 in terms of live classes. It's just you can never ask for more. There's a lot of things that will be covered in the live classes. And just as Rookie is saying, most of us have bits and pieces of the things that a business analyst or a PM does. What you need to do, or what you need to know, is how to leverage them. And that is why RKY is there, to help you understand some of the skills that you have, and to be able to leverage these skills to build a portfolio for yourself, and then become that business analyst or the project manager you want to become. So RKY is going to do a lot for you. The live classes, beautiful. We spoke about the live classes, beautiful. The project live experience is amazing. I served as a the lead business analyst, and when Rookie was talking about the skills that you build, and if you pick up some of these roles during the project space, and you give yourself the opportunity to engage throughout the process, you are going to pick up these skills, and they will come naturally, because of the way the facilitators will take you through it, because of the way you will engage with other stakeholders that will be involved in the project. So you pick up these skills of stakeholder engagement, how to communicate with stakeholders, how to even build up all the other skills in terms of problem solving, because it will not just be it's a life project, so obviously you will face problems, and how to even maneuver these problems as a business analyst or a project manager. You're going to pick up all these skills from the life experience. So if I will just encourage everybody to sincerely go for it, not just for the fact. Don't just look at the fact that you're paying, but just as Rookie has said, it is worth more. And I'm going to go further and talk about even the aftermath of when the entire project, the 7 weeks is done. When the 7 weeks is done, you're not done with RKY. RKY does not leave you into the blue or leave you into the sea to go and find yourself. There are a lot of resources that they put in place, and if you apply for yourself, believe me, you can get what you want to get. So right after the live classes and the project, they take you through an interview preparation period, and even preparation for career and the industry at large. It doesn't stop there. They organize weekly meetings even for those who are still seeking jobs, and even if you have been called for an interview, they take you through, look at the particular job that has called you for an interview and try to help you come up with certain questions.
Please, let's mute ourselves. We are distracting the speaker.
And come up with certain questions that you are likely to be asked and how you are supposed to even answer them. So there are quite a lot of resources that RKY will take you through. And it doesn't stop there as well. There are opportunities to as well join what we call the project support. And that is one fantastic one as well, where you can continue to learn and develop your skills as business analysts. So RKY is a full-on, I'll say, a one-stop shop for anybody that wants to become a business analyst. In comparison to, just as I said, I'm currently with the NHS, and in comparison to what you learn from RKY and what you do as a business analyst in your roles, you realize that what you learn is quite a lot than what you do as a role, because some of the roles you're doing bits and pieces. And that is why RKY is the best, because it doesn't leave you to learn just bits and pieces, but it gives you the full-on experience from when a project has been handed over to you until you close the project and sign it off. And even in what we call the benefit realization, RKY teaches you all these things. So it brings your understanding into when you get a role that you just need to do just a little part of it, you realize that you have vast knowledge to be able to even impact them, for them to know that you are not just coming from anywhere, but you have really, really been taught well. So there are a lot of things that RKY has in stock for us, and I'll encourage everybody to join. It doesn't matter whether you have an experience before or you do not have an experience before. If you speak to Rookie or any other facilitators, they'll help you understand that the roles that you have played have some of these things that you can leverage on. So it's the best place to be. Believe me, I don't know if there are opportunity for questions, or that will become later. But yeah, that's it for me. And it's a one-stop shop. So go for it.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. You finished a year ago, and it's part of our. That's also another opportunity you get. You have opportunity to come back to mentor others, to coach others. While although this is is available to how would I say, we don't always have a lot of slots for people. I know a lot of people want to come back to volunteer to support others, but we recruit from time to time. But this is also an opportunity to get, some also get opportunity to plan some of our events, so there are lots of opportunities, just like you said. And I would like to emphasize some of the things they said, which is it's a real project, and so you face challenges. It's not going to be smooth, whatever you bring is whatever when you have assignments in adult class, whatever you submit is a pass. But this is different because it's a real project that could fail. Don't forget that this is also a client's project, so must not fail, but it could fail because it's as real is, and we hand it over to the students to handle it from start to finish. But guess what the advantage in this is? At interviews, they would rarely ask you about successful projects or easy situations. They will more likely test your ability to handle difficult situations. Please, let's mute ourselves. Admin, can you mute everybody? That's what happens when you don't mute yourself. Please, let's all be sensitive and check, that we are muted, so that we don't just, especially those that are leaving and coming back. You might come in and you don't realize you are actually on mute. Right. So what was I saying? They would most likely not test you about period where things went smoothly. So if you had gone through a project where everything was easy peasy, you are done, you didn't face any challenges, then you would likely, be thrown away by questions they ask you at interviews about. Okay, can you tell us a time where, you know, difficult stakeholder, difficult situation, difficult project, failed projects? Those are the kind of questions they are likely to test you on. And for scenario-based responses, if you are reading from just ChatGPT, they would know, compared to if you have actually experienced it. And just like another thing they said is that if you put yourself into it. Emmanuel finished his project, his course and projects over a year ago. As at the time he finished, he wasn't even ready to apply to jobs, you know, based on personal reasons. But when he was ready a year after, he put himself out there, even in a more competitive time, because I'm sure if you had applied to job a year ago, probably would have been easier to get jobs compared to now. And he was still able to land a job, you know, very recently when he got ready, you know, to apply to jobs. And that's to tell you, you know, the validity of the experience you gain. It doesn't just expire. We don't just teach you something that is, you know, that won't be relevant in the next couple of months. We also even have a lot of bonus additional sessions to whenever we identify gaps. And that's why you see a lot of our students, even after 2-3 years, there's still value to get, you know, from the boot camp, you know, from the environment and everything. So thank you once again. And just like you said as well, not the real job is not even as intense as the boot camp. But that might be in some cases, right? Because most of the real job might not be. But now imagine you got the first job, it looks like, oh, this is not as difficult as it is, right? And then it goes for a higher paying role. But guess what? He's prepared for that as well. Because that might now be tougher. But if you had just been lucky, if you put it in quotes, to get the first one, how would he handle the one that will now be actually more intense? If he was prepared just to be able to take the bits and pieces and not the more intense one. So yeah, and basically that's, yeah, said everything. I just all the support as well that you give to the current students, the time and everything you commit to it. We really appreciate you, as well as all the other support for speaking to them. So guys, if project management, you know, guaranteed. By the way, for all the PMBA, both the alumni that are here, we have something as well. Emmanuel, I don't know if you were in the session yesterday, you know, but we have a bonus course that's, you know, I think would benefit everybody, including the oldies, you know, a new tool. I think we'll also talk about it at the end of the program. Right. So thank you so much. Let's proceed very quickly. I think we have just a few minutes before Scrum Master product owner. So without spending too much time on this is very similar to the projects management and business analysis bootcamp. However, we follow a product-led. If you've been hearing product-led, right? This is what in this bootcamp you get to experience it. In our PMBA, you get to learn Scrum, PM, and BA. However, not in the product-led kind of way. You learn it in the project kind of way. But in the product kind of way, you know, when you hear agile, product-led, that is what you learn here. You learn how to become a product owner, or a product manager, or a Scrum Master. And it's also as intense, you know, as the project management. 7 weeks of classes, 2 months building a real product, developing a real product, you know. So the difference between the product-led way of doing things or a product management way of doing things versus the project management is that, you know, they start from visioning, ideation, you know, to visioning, you know, the product vision, you know, they do interviews, they validate the problem, they do a lot of interviews before they go ahead to start building. And then after building as well, they go ahead to ensure that, you know, the product is also successful after launch, and they also take part in the go-to-market. What are the roles you can apply for? Scrum, Agile, Program Manager, Agile, you know, under the Scrum side, and we have a lot under the product side as well. So in our Scrum product project roles, which are very similar, like I said, these are some of the tools you get exposed to, but it's not limited to this, because from time to time we also have a lot of standalone bonus, you know, tools to learn. So we've got Basecamp, ClickUp, you know, Jira, Draw.io, Balsamic, Lucidchat, Whimsical, Visio, MS Projects, Miroboard, PowerPoints, Power BI. You know, some of these are bonus courses we've also had that everybody can also access when they join. Right, so training perks, the same as the other ones we've spoken about. Current discounts, $5.99, just like others. And you can also get, you know, Black Friday discounts by using the discount code. I'm going to invite Praise now to speak to us in 5 minutes about, you know, our experience as well. Praise, if you are here, do us the honors of taking the stage. Praise is Praise here.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, okay.
It's an honor to be here today. Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ruki, for the opportunity. My name is Praise. I am currently enrolled for the RKY Bootcamp, Scrum Master and Product Owner 6.0 cohort. Currently, I work in the hospitality sector. Just a little background about me. After completing my master's, the big question for me was what next? Now, deep down inside of me, I wanted to be in the tech space. Secondly, I wanted to work remotely. Fast forward to August this year, someone recommended a particular bootcamp and also recommended RKY. Now, after I did my comparison, RKY was at the top of my list. I would say that RKY stood out for me in so many ways, in so many ways. So I decided to enroll for the bootcamp. I would say that my experience so far has been a productive one. It's been a journey of growth and I have learned a whole lot. I want to believe that the bootcamp was intentionally crafted to provide hands-on skills and real-world experience. Now, in the course of our live project, something stood out for me really good. During one of our stand-up meetings, we had a concern and we needed clarifications with either a facilitator or a support officer. Now, someone from my team dropped a message on our communication tool. We use Campfire, right? And in less than 5 minutes, we had a facilitator and a support officer on the call. That really stood out for me. I was really impressed. Why? Because this was few minutes to 9 p.m. For some, that might be bedtime already, especially if you have to go to work the next day. But then they still showed up. Now, what am I trying to say in essence? RKY is a bootcamp with loads and loads of support systems. And these support systems are there to help and guide you all through the way. Just before I conclude, I would like to say that if there is anyone here today who is still doubting or you're yet to decide about joining the bootcamp, I would encourage you to go for it. Take the leap of faith. I have been there before. I've been on that path before. At the point I was doubting, but what I did differently was to enroll for the bootcamp. Trust me, it's worth the time, it's worth the energy, it's worth the money. And you have everything at your beck and call, right? You have very approachable and knowledgeable facilitators and support officers. These people know what they are doing, right? When you see someone who knows what they are doing, you can tell that very well. So these people are good at what they do. Apart from that, you have the opportunity for your CV to be optimized. You have the opportunity for your LinkedIn to be optimized. You have access to interview preps. You have access to LMS. You have access to post-bootcamp support. And in addition to that, you have the opportunity to work on real-life projects, just like my cohort is currently working on. So you can see that it's evident that the support systems are there to help you and to guide you. You are not alone, trust me. Now, the ball is in your court. If you put in the work, you will get the value you want because the bootcamp is value-packed. It's a bootcamp and more. It's not just a traditional bootcamp. It's a bootcamp and more, if there's anyone like that. So if you've been looking for a perfect opportunity, I would say here is your chance to maximize this opportunity and make the very best out of it. All right, that will be all from my end today. Thank you all for listening. I wish you all the very best and I look forward to seeing you in the community. I can't wait to have you guys. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Praise. That's such a very great speech, right? I mean, you've heard everything she said. There's nothing she said that is, strange or that you've not heard the last person that spoke also say. So yeah, Guys, if Scrum Master, Product Manager, Product Owner is the career path you want to explore in 2025, or is the skill set you want to add to what you already have, now is your opportunity. Just like Chris said, jump on it, don't miss it, and we can't wait to see you at the other side. Right. So thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate your contribution and you taking the opportunity. Right, so we're going to be talking about data analysis. If you are here to hear about data analysis, let's be sure I still have you guys' attention. Okay, I think let's just quickly look at the chat box if there's anything. Is product owner the same as product management? No, they are not exactly the same, but the skill sets you need to be a product manager or product owner, they're the same. It's just like saying, is business analyst the same as change analyst? They are not exactly the same, but as a change analyst, you need to be able to do, business analysis related stuff. So a product manager would most likely be able to work in both an agile and non-agile environment, but a product owner is usually part of a Scrum team in an agile environment, but they have the same they need the same skill sets, really. Oh, somebody says data analysis. Okay. Are they both under data marketing? Which ones? We are talking about, okay, so people are interested in data. Let's get right into it then before. Okay, I understand that some of our Excel students that are going into classes by 2 are here. So let's take data analysis very quickly. I love data analysis personally. I'm actually very partial to data analysis. Why? Because I'm an analyst myself. And yeah, data analysis is that career path that everybody needs, regardless of your career path. So if you are here, you're still in PM, or you are done with BA, you don't come back to learn data analysis, right? And you know why I say that? If you are that person that you don't want to lose your previous background completely, when you are going through the transition, data analysis is a very good skill set you can add to any role at all, right? To actually create a new role in tech for yourself. So I'm going to give you guys a very, very interesting exercise now. Can you add analyst to what you do currently? And let's see what you create out of it. I'm sure we're going to have some very, very funny responses, so just add analyst. So to what you do, or what do you think your role will be if you add analyst to it? You'll be surprised that there are so many roles that actually have that name that you've created, right? So let's see what you come up with, guys. Let's see what you come up with. But while you're doing that, the data analysis bootcamp is a 10 weeks intense program that allows you to, or that enables you to learn 4 of the most important tools to transition into to data analysis, which is the Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. This is a really, this skill sets, right? These 4 tools are very important. There are so many tools, don't get me wrong. There's Python, there's this, there's that. But guess what? As a beginner that wants to get into data analysis and that don't want any blocker in the way, these 4 are the must have. You will get a role with this 4. There are so many roles that just this 4 is enough for. In fact, there are so many of our students that will learn the 4, they will get into job, and it's only Excel they will get to use on the day-to-day. But that does not mean, guess what? This market is not about staying in one place, right? As you are gotten that Excel role that is paying you 50K, as you are doing like 2-3 months there, you want to go and get another role again that will pay you 70K. That's how you grow. You don't just stay too long, right, in one place. And the way to, do that is to actually be already first, right? So what do we do in our data analysis bootcamp that make us different, in the markets? Of course, just like you've heard, practical experience, right? So our classes hold Saturday and Sunday 5 to 7 p.m. So you get to learn Excel, and then you have extra support sessions during the week where you can come with questions, and then all recordings are also available for you to watch. If you are practicing, if you have questions, come to the drop-in sessions during the week, ask your questions, get it resolved, come back to class again, learn something new, right? And then one of the beautiful things in our data analysis bootcamp is that our students get to choose the industry they want to work next, right? And then they get to work on projects within that industry with people of interest as well. And then they get to present this, right? They get to present this to stakeholders, in our data insights day. I'm sure some of you here might have been in our data insight day before. If you've not, go to that our YouTube we mentioned earlier, visit it, sit down and digest all those things that are there. You see the data insight day, you see the tech summits, previous ones, just digest them. You need to just like make sure that you are informed. I was surprised to find out recently that most of all these things that we say a lot, there's still a lot of people that don't even know about it. I remember when I started RKY Careers 3 to 4 years ago, right? There's some content I used to post that, a lot of people were consuming but I stopped most of all those things, right? However, I was still surprised to find out that I stopped because I felt that, most of this data everybody already know. But guess what? Not everybody knows. A lot of people still do not know that there's potential in tech. There are ways you can transition to tech. There are other roles you can get apart from care. And that is why we'll continue to have all these sessions over and over again, even if we say the same thing there, because there might be one person we are able to save, right, at these sessions. Right. So they get to present to stakeholders. So we have the HR. So if you have been trying to get into HR, and you've not been able to get interviews or get a job, add data analysis to it. We have our students get HR analysts, reward analysts, and everything, right? HR, reward analysts, and co. Then for finance, if you're an accountant, you want to like command a higher paying salary, add data analysis to accounting. You'll be able to position yourself for finance analyst role, financial planning and analysis, and the likes. Same with marketing, digital marketing professionals, you need data analysis, right? So you have to do in-depth analytics, right? Same with health and care. Do you know that we have a lot of our students in data analysis roles in NHS, in different care industries. We have some of them in social care as well. We have some of them, their roles are not, the titles are not even funny. They're just analysts within the NHS, business intelligence analyst, data analyst. While we have some that have like public health intelligence analyst, adult social care intelligence analyst, and the likes, information analysts, and many more, right? So we have the HR, we have the tech, the core tech, like plain tech, we have the finance, so this gives you opportunity like to prepare for like HR analytics role, finance analytics roles, and the likes, right? So data analysis is a must-have for everyone. When I moved to this country as an accounting professional as well some years back, that was one of the things I did, although I already was using some of these tools, but I didn't put it together but I learned these tools that you can see today, and I was able to command a senior finance analyst role, pay me way high at the time as well. So this is our opportunity to break out of manual jobs, to break out of small paying jobs, to live that good life that we want to. And guess what, I'm going to read your responses to my question. I think we're going to have a good laugh with that and make some good discoveries as well. Right, so we have support analysts. There are actually roles like support analysts, although the support analyst might not be now support worker analyst, but yeah, French analysts, interesting. Biotechnology, you'll be surprised that there are linguistics analysts or something like that, language related, right? Biotechnology analyst, education analyst, physiotherapy assistant analyst, okay, administrative analyst, support worker analyst, senior healthcare analyst, nurse dementia therapist analysts, really, biomedical analysts, right? So the data analysis bootcamp, somebody asked how long is it? It's 10 weeks. Is it possible to secure sponsorship for data analysis role? Of course it's possible. It's just like any other tech roles. It's very possible, but the secret to getting visa sponsorship right now in the market is, first of all, being in a career path that has potential for it, and then being the best for the job, which is first of all learning the skill sets, being over prepared if possible, if there's anything like that for interviews. Of course, sometimes when you're also over prepared, you tell you are too experienced for the role, but at least if you're too experienced for one role, you would definitely get the one that you are not too experienced for as well. So, like I said, these are the tools you learn. But guess what? You don't just learn tools, and that's what makes us different. Some other places, they'll just teach you how to use all these tools. We also teach you the soft skills part of it. You learn to work under pressure. You manage a team. You collaborate. You form part of a community as well, just like the rest of the people. I've said potential salaries. You can see the high paying salaries from finance, marketing, insights, operations, all analysts, right? So you can also see the code for those asking about visa sponsorship. You can see the eligible occupation and codes, data analyst, data quantity analyst, data visualization manager, and the rest, right? So data related roles that our alumni have gotten with the NHS, from data analyst, finance analyst, reporting analyst. In fact, we had one of our alumni, get a band 7 role with the NHS, paying how much. And also she got 180K, I think, with a tech company, and also got a band 7 role or band 8 role with the NHS. 2 offers. This data analysis, we have a lot of our students that get like 4 offers, 5 offers. That's a secret I'm letting you on. So if you don't know which career paths to explore, I would say data analysis is a good one for everybody, right? So also in our boot camps, like I said, the practical experience is also applied here. So you can see this is the one that was presented at the Data Insight Day we had just 2 weeks ago or thereabouts. So we had the finance people, present a financial report. We had the marketing people present, a marketing agency related clients and data sets. User engagement analysis for tech application. This is like a tech related one. And then we have the healthcare analyst kind of one as well. So you are not limited to just learning generally. We always try to look for what more can we add, right? So I'm sure you guys should fold your hands against what we're going to even add in 2025 that we are not mentioning yet, to make our cohorts more quality. We also, you can see on the screen as well, we have something on the right showing data experts and judges and professional observers. These people you are seeing are all our alumni that are right now in the market, in the job market, thriving and doing really well, and they can come back as well to give back, from geospatial public health intelligence analysts, to somebody reporting and senior reporting analyst, to people data analysts, to HR projects analysts. These are all alumni. These are all our success stories, So yeah, basically, so if you're one of those that want to explore data analysis, please do not sit on it. You're going to learn extraction with SQL, visualization with Excel and Power BI, data dashboards, business intelligence, soft skills, and many more. So just like the rest, right, the next start date is 18th of January. $5.99 is the discount, but you can enjoy Black Friday discount as well. The code is already on the chat box for you to secure your slots. At the moment, I'm going to be inviting Christiana Efuneyi to talk to us about data analysis. She used to be a customer service assistant, at a retail shop before attending the bootcamp, and now she's a sales data analyst, in Birmingham. So if you are there, Christiana, thank you for waiting so far. Please, climb the stage and you have the floor. By the way, you guys start securing your slot too, because we get sold out pretty fast, and when we do, we close shop. Right. Christiana, are you there?
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. Yeah, yes, okay. Yes.
Thank you for the privilege to come here to speak to people and to encourage everyone to attend. For me, I actually get to know RKY back in Nigeria, even before I came to UK when she started. And what really stood out for me, because I was also planning to come into the UK, and for me, I was just planning how my journey, with the help of God really, but I was planning how I want the journey to be. So when she started with CV optimization and all of that. So I reached out to her and asked her about CV optimization. Even though I was planning the study route, I was like, okay, if I can do my CV optimization and actually start looking for a job. And I chatted with her, okay, I'm actually planning study route, but I think I would like the CV optimization and all of that. She told me that I should come in through the study route, for someone starting a business and she's not even interested in getting the client like now. She just said, come in first with the study route. And she could have allowed me pay for the CV optimization, knowing fully well that it might not be easy for me to get a job to come over. But you know what she said? Just continue the study route and come in. So that was what stood out for me. Like, it's not just about the money, it's about the value she really wanted to offer. So immediately, I didn't get to come in 2021. Yeah, I didn't get to come in 2021 because I missed the admission slot. So I waited till 2022, and immediately I came in October. In February, she was doing a promo like this for Valentine, and I paid. So if you have your money, if you don't have it in full, just secure your slot. I wasn't ready then, but I secured my slots. I didn't get to do the training until August, and I will tell you that it's a very, very well packaged experience for me. Self-led class has always been it for me, because they're going to hold your hands, teach you what you need to know, ask questions. interact with other students, work with people. So it's not just about to me, it's not just about the money. What you are getting, you are really getting value, because I'd actually learned it before, but coming here, it was just as if they opened my head and put all of those things in it. I would not lie to you. And the truth, they are not going to leave you just to hang in. They are going to hold your hands, push you to actually get the drive you need to get that job you want. And I can specifically tell you that that joining RKY career, I can tell you that you will not miss it. I can tell you, even if you are not ready. I didn't also start applying immediately I finished my boot camp. I waited a few months, and when I started applying, I won't lie to you, I got the job. So because the confidence has already been built, they've taught you, you have access to the LMS, you can always go back to replay and learn as much as possible. And even when you get the interviews, if you are stranded, you can always reach out to your lecturers. They are ready to help you to crack the interview questions, give you insight on how to go about it, and even give you a listening ear. You do a rehearsal if you want to, of how the interview is going to go, and they'll just give you one or two things. The truth is they are there to hold your hands and help you to get to where you want to be, as long as you are ready. And I can tell you, if you secure your spot, you will not miss it. You would thank yourself later that you actually joined this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christiana. I remember our conversations, I remember our chats, although I don't remember the particular advice at that time, but I know that there are a lot of people, and I think, just like she said, for us or for me personally, it's not really always about the money. I always feel like, when this, for those of you in health, nobody's called duty of care. I have that weight on me. I can't mislead somebody into a career path that I know is not the best for them, especially if I have the opportunity to talk to the person before enrollment or before. I would always tell you this is what I think, but it's always up to people, of course, because people have choice, right? And you're not the only one. I think there were a lot of people back then, that wanted to, that would try to go into the wrong, or that will want to explore the wrong alternative for them, But I mean, thank God for your journey as well, because I remember when you enrolled, how you deferred, I think you deferred once or twice, and then you eventually took the leap. You attended and you played your part as well, and then it ended in a success story. So I would say it's super congratulations as well to you, and thank you so much for speaking at the session. So if you're one of you can see the job titles from sales data analyst to marketing. You saw projects HR projects analyst. The roles that you will get, as a data analyst professional is so diverse. It's so diverse. Sometimes your title might not even change, but the reason why you will get the job will be because you are bringing more to the table. You are bringing analytical skills to the table. So I would say, for those of you that want to answer questions, what else do you bring to the table? Let it be data analysis for you. Enroll for this bootcamp. Let it be the way you are starting 2025, to break out of, whatever challenges you might be facing career-wise, right? So I love this particular course, like I always say, personally, right? And is always a good skill to add to your current skill set. So thank you so much. Right, so we're going to talk about compliance. I think this is the last one, right? Compliance this is a very good course as well for those of us that have banking background, previous legal background as well, foreign trained lawyers. You don't know what to do. This was our first bootcamp at RKY Careers, as far back as I think January 2021 or December 20, I think so, right? And this was long after we started, enrolling, helping people with CVs, LinkedIn, and then people would book consultation with me. They are foreign trained lawyers, they want to transition to a new career path. There was nobody offering like a compliance training at the time. There are a lot of other trainings, of course, like project manager, this, that. Those ones were already in the market, but this particular one, nobody was offering it. And I was like, all these people, it's not just about doing CVs, because some people that have worked as maybe solicitors or whatever in banking or something, they might have an idea of what's but not all solicitors or legal professionals have the same previous experience, right? And then that was how we came up with, okay, let's put it together. And I remember when I was interviewing for this role, all of the trainers that we interviewed, they'd be like, You want to do KYC training 5 weeks. Why? When it's 2 days, it's only 1 day. Some will even say 1 day. That's the like some trainers I interviewed that were already like doing it on the side. They'll be like, no, it's only 1 day. It's only like, you know. But guess what? We, like I said, from start, I always know what I want for each of my courses. And when I sit down with, you know, potential trainers, this is what I want. I don't want it to just be KYC. I don't want it to just be AML. I want it to be more. I want to put this. And be like, why do you want to offer all these plenty things, you know, for that price or for whatever price? You know, why do you want to put it all? Well, these are all different things you are putting together. But guess what? You know, whatever decision I made, you know, back then has really paid off, because even in this field that we say, oh, KYC, you know, they outsource KYC roles and everything, we've been able to position our own students for more than just KYC, you know. Compliance roles, even some with sponsorship, data privacy sponsorship roles, compliance sponsorship roles. One of our compliance students just, you know, gave an interview at our evening session yesterday. Internal auditor, principal internal auditor, you know, sanctions analyst, you know, due diligence manager. Those are the kind of roles, you know, that we've been able to like position our students for after the boot camp. So what's the boot camp all about? In our boot camp, you learn about the KYC, you know, the AML, data protection, sanctions, and financial crime. So for those of you who are foreign trained, looking for a career path to explore, you know, either while you are studying to also be qualified here, or you don't want to even be qualified again, you know, you want to still do something not too far though, or you are bankers in Nigeria, you're a teller, you still want to integrate into the banking system here in the UK. Compliance is a profession that you can explore, or you just want to understand, you know, because a lot of us, you know, we relocate and we think that all opportunities that are money making in nature are actually good opportunities. But guess what? Most of the time we are setting ourselves up for traps. This is an environment that is highly compliant in nature, highly regulatory in nature. You can't just be moving money all around. You can't just be, oh, they are changing money and making money off it. And before you know it, you want to start changing money. You know, before you know it, you do it and then they'll close all your accounts. You have any account again in any financial institution. And if you don't have an account, how can you get mortgage? If you don't have a credit score, how can you get all these things? Those are kind of things you learn, right, in our compliance. It helps to understand the banking and regulatory space even better, right, regardless of the role you are going to explore. So if you're one of those, you know, early career beginners, foreign trained lawyers, okay, I'm going to answer that question that I saw just coming. Anyone seeking a career in compliance and co, right? This is a good one for you. So you can position yourself for this kind of roles you can see on my screen, from KYC analyst, compliance analyst, risk manager, AML, compliance analyst, sanctions manager, and officer and co. Eligibility for sponsorship. You know, we've had quite a number of sponsorship also come out of this boot camp. You know, we've had, you know, even the KYC analyst with sponsorship. This is like, you know, this can be quite rare. Right, but we've had it. Why? Because right now in the markets, to get sponsorship is about what more do you bring to the table? What more do you bring to the table, right? And that is what we give our students more, right, to present in the markets, right? So you can see the codes, you know, that you can use to show that, or codes that show that the role is also eligible for visa sponsorship as well, right? So these are companies where our students have landed, just from JP Morgan to HSBC to Santander to NatWest, right, and the likes. Training perks, you know, from the virtual life training to the working on cases and projects as well for practical experience, interview prep sessions, UK work reference, alumni community. We also have post-boot camp interview prep sessions in this as well. Just like the rest of the courses, you know, the course is out for £599. Black Friday brings it down to £499. Secure your slots before January, before we get sold out as well. Right, so at this point, I'm going to call on Gabrielle. You know, Gabrielle is going to share our journey, right, to... Yeah. Thank you, Gabby. I understand that the person that was supposed to speak was unavailable at short notice because of an emergency, and you stood in. This is really appreciated.
No worries. Thank you. Hello, everyone. RKY is a lovely training place. My own personal experience is, like, for someone coming into the UK from Nigeria, the big major stumbling block I had initially was, okay, you don't have UK work experience, this and that. And then again, most times, like, in the compliance space, even if you've done some compliance things or legal things in Nigeria, it doesn't really translate. But the compliance training was able to bring me up to par with the UK side of things, and the training is actually very thorough. They cover not only KYC, but KYC, AML, sanctions, and data. So you could easily have like 4 different CVs and confidently speak and convince them during your interviews. And apart from that, we also have practical side of things, and also the support after training support. Every 2 weeks we have interview prep, and during the interview prep, Lumi makes it very interactive. That's the teacher, very interactive. People come with questions, suggestions. We're able to bear your issues out, like, okay, maybe you've applied and maybe you have 1 or 2 questions, and at the end of the day, there are always a lot of success stories and everything. You're encouraged. It's not a place that you come to and then maybe you'll be left alone. No. And even the fact that when you get a job, you have your UK reference, that's also a plus. Because sometimes you might get the job. If you don't have a UK reference, you can't get the job. So RKY is just the perfect one-stop shop for everything. If you're a lawyer, just don't feel this is a place that will give you confidence that your years of legal training won't be to waste. So in a nutshell, RKY is the best. In my own personal experience, I've been to other places, and this is just my own personal opinion, and I'm sure opinion of a lot of people. And it will also be opinion when you join as well. It's very thorough. They leave no stone unturned and everything. So that's what I have to say in a nutshell. Thank you. Let me not keep us here. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Spoken like a true lawyer, on the emphasis on opinions and opinions. Right, thank you so much. So that's she's told you about her experience. She's currently a compliance analyst in leading UK banks, right? So she went through the boot camp as well. And that's the thing, you don't even know which of our pecs will be the one for you. And that's the thing about having multiple and a lot of pecs. Some people, you might not even know the pec that made you get the job. You might not even know, and that's the thing. When some people get success stories and they don't want to, they feel that it wasn't really you don't even know what made the recruiter employ you. You don't know whether it was the data analysis that was on your CV, or the UK experience on your CV, or the fact that you had one, like something mentioned on your CV, that made you even get the interview. You don't know what you said at the interview that got you the job, right? So it's always better to be at an advantageous position than otherwise. You don't know what, you don't, like, it's just like when you're dressing up. Make sure your hair and everything from head to toe is fine. You don't know which one would, trip somebody, and all that. That's putting it in I'm trying to be more relatable. I hope I tried, but yeah. Thank you so much, by the way, Gabriel. Really appreciate it. So we're just going to talk on our last training. This is not a boot camp. It's just a training, and it's a must-have for everybody, which is Excel and PowerPoint. Everybody needs to be able to use Excel and PowerPoint. A lot of people train, or they feel that they're technical already and all that. But guess what? They lose opportunities because of their inability to use PowerPoint properly, to present, to communicate using presentation slides and all that. And some also miss opportunities because they can't use Excel. So we have just like I said, there are so many roles that will have analysts in front. Some of you would think, oh, the analyst in front of it, they are just joking. I'm a media marketing person, I can apply for an analyst role. But you get to the interview and then they start asking you about your ability to analyze or use spreadsheets to do some. I've had a lot of people that they'll book interview preps and all that. They're like professionals in other roles, and then they will have like analysis to do, and this happens quite a lot. You can't be found wanting. The ability to use Excel and PowerPoint is like a good starting point if you want to actually position yourself appropriately in the market. And guess what? It's a 6 weeks training where you get to learn, and you also get to have practical experience, right? Using all of this, building dashboard. Just with this, you can start creating content as well about dashboards, about different things, right, on your LinkedIn and all that, right? So I would advise anybody, and you can also combine this with any of the boot camps. So you can be in the PMBA and still be in the Excel. It's just £50. This is way cheaper than the value you get. I remember when we started this was our first training at RKY Careers. When we started this training, it was Excel only. In fact, it was divided into two: basic to intermediate, then intermediate to advanced. For those of you that have been here with RKY for quite a number of years, right? And at that time, I think each one used to be like 150 or something. And then, of course, we've been bringing it down. Right now, is on the current discount of £50, and you even get PowerPoints added to it. I would say that even if you are enrolling for a course or you've enrolled for a course with RKY Careers before, leverage this Microsoft and PowerPoint skill sets. Or if you are not ready, you don't know what you want to do yet, just enroll for this, just 6 weeks, and you can combine it with other classes as well. The start date is 9th of November. It's just £50, and you can pay in Naira as well. For those in Nigeria, it's 50K. So please make sure that you do this for yourself. If you are not sure what you want to do for yourself yet, or you are doing, even if you are doing PM for yourself, we would have loved to train all of it for free. But to be honest, we would be here forever. It's just like you finish PMBA 4 months, then you continue. When will you now graduate and start applying to jobs? That's why we can't actually learn. You can't learn everything for free, because we need to make sure that each of the knowledge or training you are enrolling for is transformative. It's not just about learning to keep the idea in your head. And that's the difference. There are some places you go, you just learn. They are not teaching you how to use what you have learned to get a job. But here, you are learning, and we're also telling you how to apply it, where to apply to, how to apply, how to do the interviews, which is what makes us different, right, at RKY Careers. So make sure you secure your slot now. The code has also been dropped. Right, for all our trainings, we've partnered with Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, Pay Later. This allows you to pay in installments. These courses we're talking about today, I remember when we started, it used to be $750. They would have a discount of $675 for those who want to pay in installments, and then $600 for those that want to pay one off. I'm sure that's what Emmanuel would have paid during his own cohort as well back then, right? For those that are really old in the system. So, but now there's an opportunity for you guys to pay just $499. I would say, you should actually jump on it. Really, I would say you should jump on it. So, okay, very quickly, right? So when we say post bootcamp support at RKY Careers, what do we really mean? Because what we've come to find out is that we are the best when it comes to post bootcamp support, but we notice that a lot of people are using that terminology, in their marketing materials without actually delivering value. So when you hear somebody say post bootcamp support, you should be able to ask question: what is under your post bootcamp? So what do you mean by post bootcamp support? This is what we mean at RKY Careers, right? We have weekly/fortnightly interview prep. These are live sessions, not recording or resources sent to you, where you will still come in. At the end of the boot camps, we have interview prep sessions. After that, we still have sessions where you can still come in. Let's see your JD. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody, to just get your confidence level up again. So we have these sessions where you can come in. We can look at your JD together again just before you go into your interview. We also have monthly alumni webinar, like the one we had yesterday. It was really interactive. We had, over 100 alumni attend. Sometimes we have even way more, These sessions, we bring people in, right? Sometimes as well, we bring immigration experts. We know the pain points of our customers, of our students, right? And we try to make sure that this knowledge you've gained with us, a lot of people struggle to get jobs immediately. Some even are in jobs, but some other problems have not been solved. We know the pain points of our students, of our community. So we're always trying to match them, to fill their gap by bringing different experts to fill it. So we have monthly alumni webinar. Like I was saying in the last session, in 2025 as well, we're going to be bringing way more in terms of, value in monthly webinar. It's not only going to be just career focused, even lifestyle, things that you need to integrate better, because we know and we understand that majority of our students, right, majority of our students are also immigrants trying to navigate the job market. And also, it's not only the job market you're trying to navigate, you're trying to navigate life as a whole, right? So our students also get free bonus certification courses, right, at the end. And these are also live sessions. All of these sessions, they also take from us. They are time consuming, they are resource consuming. But guess what? We would rather give that than just go to bed and say, the money has expired. People have done trading. I've collected money. That's all right. We also have a lot of sessions like, visa sponsorship strategy session, global talent sessions with different industry experts that we bring to talk to the alumni community. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of sessions that are strictly for our alumni. Right. Also, our weekly and fortnight interview sessions can also be used for on-the-job supports, right? So because it doesn't stop, nothing is stopping you from joining even after you've landed a job. So if you are facing a blocker at work, you can always come back, right, to get clarity with whatever you are facing. So this is what our bonus courses, we've had in 2024 look like. So we've had the data visualization with Power BI. All these are recorded and can still be explored, right? Can still be explored on the LMS, even if you are joining new, right? So that's for the old ones we've had. You can see all the alumni webinars we've had. Like I was saying, in October 23, we had getting that job offer. November 23, getting NHS visa sponsorship jobs, assessing remote job opportunities. So it happens once a month. Landing a UK civil service role, navigating UK immigration laws. This one we brought an immigration expert, applying to NHS jobs. Leveraging and getting jobs during recruitment peak periods, all about the UK Global Talent Visa, harnessing the power of storytelling on LinkedIn, building an outstanding portfolio, a winning job application strategy, an evening with the CEO, career advancement and job application strategies. And then in October, we had roadmap to Global Talent Visa. And then just yesterday for November, we had what was the topic again? We had Thrive in 2025, career, how to position yourself for 2025. Right. So for PMBA and Excel, you can combine it together. Excel is 2 to 4, PMBA is 4 to 6. They don't clash and they're not together. We have a lot of our students combine the two together. So yes, you can. That's why we moved the Excel up so that it doesn't clash with any of our other classes. But guess what? For those of you who are still looking to secure your slots for January, you can still enjoy one of our bonus courses that you can even start using immediately before the classes even start. So we have, and this is not only for those that are just in class or whatever, all our old alumni, regardless of the year you ended, you can come and explore, projects planning with Oracle Primavera 6. This is a really in-demand tool out there. If you already work with NHS or trying to get a job with the civil service and all that, Oracle Primavera 6 happens to be one of the project management tools, And you also get to be exposed to construction and IT project management. You get to learn, Oracle Primavera 6. This is exclusive, for our alumni. I mean, I know some of people already, I'm sure when we post it, some people, the way people always, ask that how much can they pay to enroll. We might actually put a price to it for non-alumni, but all our alumni get to access this for free. So that's what we bring to the table at RKY Careers. If you ask us, what more do you bring to the table, right? We bring more exposure. Right, to additional tools and all that. Lisa, I've answered your question, right? You can combine Excel with any other course, right? So ignore whatever response that is contradicting that. Right. So if you are still sitting on the fence, don't wait till January before you pay, because you'd have missed out on this session. Although the recording will still be there, for anybody to watch. But guess what? Not only will you learn, you would also get a certification out of this that you can put on your CV. So some of you will get to interview, and that's why our students actually get jobs even faster than other places, because it could be that Oracle Primavera that they've seen on your CV that will now get you an interview, that they will now compare. When they compare other people's CV, they say, oh, you can use Oracle Primavera, everybody can only use this. Then you might actually get an interview before the others. So that is what we do at RKY Careers. We identify things that can make our students stand out, and we bring it to them at no extra cost. Tech Career Accelerator. This is also a program that can help you gain practical work experience. So if you've done training somewhere else, you feel that you have certifications and everything, you can use the Tech Career Accelerator just to get, to get on the project phase only. So if you want to extend, for that person asking about extending the project phase, you can do that through the Tech Career Accelerator. So that's what it's all about. You get to work on another project if you're an alumni, and if you have never been part of us, you get to actually work on projects only, right? So our learning experience, is we leverage technology. So we have our base camp where we manage a lot of products and projects, and we also have the LMS on the right hand side where all recordings of our classes are uploaded to. Right. So we also have an affiliates program where you can also refer people and earn. Right. So it's an opportunity. And from 2025, our top referrals or top affiliates would be able to earn up to 10%, but at the moment is 5% commission on every successful referral. Right. So we also launched, our sister company, Apply Body, which also our students are also able to leverage, because we see that a lot of people finish boot camps or finish trainings, but they're unable to find time to apply to jobs. So we Apply Body, is a different service, and is not, this is not a perk that comes with the training. It's a standalone service, but it's in answer to the unique problems of our students or our community. So this also you can leverage, to apply to jobs. Right. So if you are out there, you are ready to apply to jobs, but you're struggling, right? You can leverage Apply Body services. That's our page. Our website is also www.applybody.co.uk. Also, if you're also building a product, or you are trying to start a business, or an existing entrepreneur, you can also join our founders community. This is our if the immigrant founders community. So this is like a unique community to help us with resources, mentorship, networking opportunities, to also build business. Who says that is only job we have to chase? We can also build business, build products, and also be successful, right? Even if we are immigrants. You can see the different groups we have there. We have the events resources, we have the scale up, ideation, or early launch. So depending on, or regardless of the stage you are in your business or entrepreneurial journey, you can join our community. Please, let's drop the relevant links, in the chat box. So upcoming events, I think we've mentioned all of the start dates, right, for all the classes, as you have it there, right? So you can take a screenshot so that you can know the start dates for the course you're interested in. Also, we have a physical office which we launched earlier in a couple of months ago in Canary Wharf. So we are not just a side or Zoom business. We are a registered, proper registered office. We share office with Morgan Stanley, right, and top companies here in the UK. That's the building. For those of you that are familiar with Canary Wharf, so that's within that building is where our office is located. So for those, I think we always get a lot of people ask, where's your office based? Where's your office based? Right. So we are based at the heart of London in Canary Wharf. And yeah, basically, I think that's about it. I'll take questions now. So we have about 5 minutes to ask questions before we call it a day. It's been a lovely session with you all. Thank you all for all that stayed from start to this moment. So if there's any question that is yet to be answered, right, please ask your questions now. The companies in the UK provides visa sponsorship in the first instance after completion of interview or after working for the company for a probation period. So it depends, really. So it depends on the visa you also have. So even if you say you need visa sponsorship, right, and you still have a 2-year-old visa, they will most likely not sponsor you until the visa is about to expire, right? And it's always best, right, you can talk about visa sponsorship, especially when you know you've actually gotten the job. But if you have not gotten the job and you mention it, it might also be considered as part of the things that will be used to filter you out or in when they get to that stage where probably they have a tie or something, right? So it depends on your situation, right? Right, so I really want to be part of the January business PMBA class. I just hope it's worth it in terms of getting a job abroad. Right, so it will be worth it in every of the term you've heard us talk about today, from learning, the theory to gaining the experience and, being 100% job ready. Switching from healthcare, don't forget that there's also a factor that we don't have control over, which is the you factor. You need to play your parts. You need to be ready, right? So you need to be ready to play your parts, and that's how you get the best out of it. Switching from healthcare to visa sponsorship, I think that's what you mean. This is very possible. Which tech role will you advise a pro graphics designer to venture into? I'm also ready to try something new. Cybersecurity is my top choice. What will you advise? Right, so talking about cybersecurity, right? We've had a lot of requests and inquiries about cybersecurity, but at the moment we don't offer a course in it. And this is because majority of our students or audience are immigrants. And at the moment, immigrants might not qualify for security clearance. And security clearance still happens to be one of the requirements for most of the roles, not all of them. Most of the roles might require you have security clearance before you can get a cybersecurity or cloud and all these kind of roles that you have access to too much of information and all that. But that is not to say that, it's not possible, right? But yeah, it's still a requirement for most of the roles. And for you to get security clearance, you need to have lived in the UK for up to like 5 years or more to get it. But this is not to say that it's not possible. It's just, but we just feel that it's not so good. Like, say for instance, we have about 30 students in the class, we train them cybersecurity when we already know that there's a problem they will face in the markets. What's the point? So we choose personally not to train in cybersecurity because we don't want to set people up for failure when we already know that there's a very great reason why they might not get a job. We try to work on things that we know we can at least make people to be at an advantage rather than the other side, right? So, but while that is still there, we are still like working with different partners to identify whatever hindrance and everything. Moreover, cybersecurity is not something that they just train people in as well, because the knowledge you gain from cybersecurity can be abused, right? So, yeah. So basically, we don't have a course in it at the moment. But so talking about pro graphics design, you might want to also look at digital marketing. Since you're already in the designing and creative space, it can help you to gain, the full stack experience, to be able to position yourself as a full stack full stack marketer that also, has graphics design experience, can do content, can do email marketing, and, you can position yourself as a growth marketer, a product marketer, whichever one you want to explore. Right. So do you provide job references and help individuals find the sponsorship opportunities in data analysis? We provide job references when you work on projects, which are work experience, right? However, finding jobs, is your responsibility after you are done. But what we do is to make sure that you're 100% job ready and provide the support, while you're trying to get the job. Can we get a job while learning? Because I'm an executive virtual assistant. I was learning about it and I got a job during the process and continued learning too. Right. So it's really up to you. You can get a job while learning, but it depends. You are learning to become a project manager. You are in week 1. What have you learned that you want to say you want to use to get a job? And it's not only about getting the job, it's about being able to defend the experience and all that, right? So I would say that it's better to trust the process. Just like Emmanuel said, there are some jobs that you only get to use bits and pieces of the knowledge you get in the bootcamp, but would rather you are more thorough than the jobs you are trying to get, so that, even if you choose to move around, some people manage to get some jobs, through apprenticeship or very early in their career, and they've been growing in it, but they can't move because why? Some of them can't move because they are in the current role, they were lucky to get it, but when they want to move, the market is more competitive and they can't really defend, right? Defend their experience or position for more competitive role, right? But yeah, this is not to say that it depends on the course you enroll for and the state you are, but we always encourage that you get close to the end of the project phase before you start attempting to apply to jobs, especially if you need us to add your reference to your CV. But if you don't need the reference on your CV, then you don't need the experience. But if you want the reference on your CV, then you need to gain the experience, right? Can you expatiate on how PMB and Excel work together? It's like one is 2 to 4, Excel is 2 to 4, PMBA is 4 to 6. Just as simple as that. They don't clash, they are not the same time. We have students in the 2, right? But if you can't juggle it, Excel is 6 weeks, PMBA is 4 months. So yeah, it depends on the start dates. If the start date are not even close to each other, you might be done with the classes of either of them before you get to the project phase of your PMBA. Right, so many things to learn, not even sure which one to go for now. So Wale, if you're still confused, you can send us a DM on Instagram about your own peculiar situation, your current role and all that, and we might be able to advise you. If you don't have experience in any of the roles we have mentioned, so that's what we do. What we do is to train you and also help you gain experience in any of the roles you choose. And I'm on a dependent skilled worker visa. Can I be sponsored by an employer? Consider that I'm on a valid visa already. Right. So so you're on a dependent skilled worker visa, which puts you in a good position to actually get a job without sponsorship. When you get the job, then you can talk about, the fact that you need sponsorship, right? But the fact that you're on a dependent skilled worker visa first gives you a good opportunity to get your foot in, which a lot of people struggle with, even though they are very well experienced. The fact that they need sponsorship some even get their offers withdrawn, right? So, but you're in a good position to first get in and then negotiate. You can tell them that your partner, you can tell them about the fact that your partner's sponsorship is being threatened or whatever, and that might actually get you the sponsorship, especially if the company is open for sponsorship and you are also a valuable staff, there. So I've just enrolled for data analysis and business intelligence. What's next? Please drop the email address. Admin, please drop email address for them to send their receipts to. Is support is bookings at rkycareers.com. So send your details there, your name, your name and the course you are enrolling for and the course. It's possible to switch from one skilled worker visa to another. Yes, it's very possible. Right. So I concluded my master's in business analysis in London. I just enrolled for the data bootcamp, but I'm in doubt if it's the best for me. I think I should have gone for PMB. By the way, if you are doing a BA course in the UK, most of them what they teach you is data, not BA, except I'm wrong, right? Most of the BA business analytics course in the UK train you to become a data analyst, So yeah, you can check your modules. Do you have things like wireframing, prototyping, user stories, epics and features, high level requirements and all those things? If you do, yeah, so I've enrolled for the January PMBA. How would you recommend I prepare for it before it starts? Right. So what do you have for people who don't have experience? I think I answered that question. I hope it won't be late to leverage the Black Friday to pay by Monday. I hope so too. Thank you. I'll enroll for both. Okay. I have 3 years more to finish my sponsorship as a support worker. Is it possible to switch to a compliance job next year? Right. So I would say make sure you get sponsorship before you switch any role since you have just 3 years left. Right. But nothing is impossible. Gain the skills, start applying to job. Applying to job is not going to change your visa status. It's not going to make you lose your visa anyway. So when you get the offer as well, then you can, now look whether you want to take the offer or not and what comes with the offer or not. Okay, I think we still have a lot of questions and I plan to finish this session at 2:30 on the dot, right? So you can continue to send your questions to our Instagram, RKY Careers. I'll still take some of the questions I have here. I have my receipts in my mail. Should I send it back to you guys? So yes, send your full names, your email, the course you enrolled for to bookings@rkycareers.com. For those in Nigeria, when we introduce friends and colleagues to enroll with RKY, what will be our benefits? Right. If you have a PayPal account and you are in Nigeria, you can also get paid, the normal way. If not, you can send us a DM and we can arrange something. How do we contact you? Mostly if we want to secure a slot, send us a DM on Instagram, RKY Careers. I'm an international student in the UK working in health and care. Back in my home country, I work in a bank as a customer service. I just completed the Excel and PowerPoint. What bootcamp will you advise? So it depends. You can, as a customer service, you have stakeholder management skills. You can explore any of the other bootcamps. You can explore data. If you find, how did you find Excel? If you think it's something for you, you can now go deeper by doing data analysis. Or do you think, I want to continue to do more of stakeholder management related stuff. I want to look at PMB as well. Right. How about people on student visa? How do we get small companies to sponsor us? So this is things that happen after you're done with the bootcamp. All of this will be covered when you're on the other side. We would also train you on, visa sponsorship strategies and all of those things. Right. I have a banking background in procurement. What course would you advise? Okay. Right. So you can explore a wide range, which is what we've been talking about all day long, right? So you can explore a wide range of roles. As a procurement person, you might want to look at project management, because as a project manager, you have to do some procurements, especially if it's related to if your project requires negotiation, supplier relationship management and all that. So you might want to add project management to procurement, right? Or you might also want to add data analysis to procurement. It depends. You see that project management and BA and data analysis, you can add them to anything you already have and you won't completely lose out on those job titles or those previous experience as well. Right. So at this point, I would like to say a very big thank you to everybody who have been a part of this session. The recording for this session will be on YouTube, latest by Monday. you can visit our YouTube right now. Please drop the link and subscribe so you can get notified. You can see, very lovely sessions we've had for those of you interested in compliance as well, how to become a professional compliance, how to get visa sponsorship in 3 months, our data insight day, our product demo day. All of these sessions are uploaded to our YouTube, so you can also go and catch up on our YouTube. One of the things I'll tell you at RKY Careers is that we are very much invested in your journey, in you achieving success as well. So I would say secure your slot today against our January cohorts, and you would not regret it. Thank you so much to every of the speakers that have spoken today. Thank you so much to everyone who has attended. Thank you, RKY admin team. Thank you everyone who have been a part of this in one way or the other. I look forward to seeing you all in class. Cheers, guys.